Good morning. This is the Great Basin prescribed fire and weather briefing for Monday, May 19th. Looking at current activity, we have some prescribed burning up in the north, up in the central Idaho mountains, as well as some portions of the Sierra Front at Carson District, and a few small natural fires down south and in the far east, nothing of consequence. We have seen some wetter weather return for northern and central regions. The areas in the green are a half-inch or higher amounts, and areas in the yellow, 1.5 inches. And some of that does involve snowfall in the highest terrain, so winter does make a return. Not much precipitation further south, just trace amounts to 1/4 inch. You see the percent of normals on the right-hand side. 100-hour fuels, and these are in a bit of a state of flux. They will be moistening in southern areas as well in the next day or two, but definitely moist in the central and northern areas. The long-term U.S. drought monitor continues to show extreme to even small pockets of exceptional drought in the southern areas of Nevada and the Arizona Strip, and even seeing severe drought getting up into portions of central Utah and Nevada as well, and also some of that moderate drought making an appearance in parts of the eastern Idaho mountains. Upper level map for later this afternoon shows a ridge of high pressure starting to build in across the western portion of the Great Basin, and that is actually going to bring in a more northerly or northwesterly flow. It'll be some cooler air, not an immediate warm up. It'll be a drier wind in some downslope areas from the Ely district down into Vegas and out of St. George as well. Excellent overall dispersion with these winds, and also being still in the vicinity of low pressure. See those surface winds, areas in the green are wind speeds of 12 to 18 miles an hour, and areas in the orange are wind speeds of 24 miles an hour or more. You see the humidity varying quite a bit, quite dry with that downslope northerly flow in the single digits in the south, but 20 to 30% as you head further north. The transport winds definitely show some of that strength. Seeing these oranges and purples of 25 to 30, even 35 mile an hour wind gusts, and also overall transport wind speed, and the mixing heights excellent, anywhere from like 5 to 8,000 feet. On Tuesday, fairly zonal flow. We're in between high and low pressure, west-northwest flow, but pretty strong wind speeds, 30 knots or so aloft. So that'll keep the ventilation very good. You see all those areas in the white. Surface wind speeds strongest across parts of northern Nevada and into the Uintas, and also parts of the Snake River Plain. See those humidities drying out quite a bit across the south, again in the single digits, teens to low to mid-20s as you head further to the north. The transport winds strongest in the Snake River Plain into parts of western Wyoming. And the mixing heights overall, again, very good as they normally are this time of year. On Wednesday, high pressure from off the Baja region starts to build northwards. We start becoming more under the influence of it. We should see wind speeds diminishing just a little bit. We also see not quite as much areas in the white, some areas in the yellow, even pockets in the red, indicating somewhat less overall dispersion. Part of that is the surface wind speeds will be diminishing significantly. Still decent wind speeds in the higher terrain of the eastern Great Basin. Mixing heights overall looking pretty good. Looking at the 3-day precipitation totals, we'll see some light amounts across parts of the higher terrain of Utah and up in Idaho as well, but drying out across western and southern areas. As we go into the end of the week, high pressure does start shifting a little bit more to the east in response to a deepening low pressure area dropping down into the Pacific Northwest. That low starts to really deepen Friday and Saturday, increasing the winds from the south, increasing overall dispersion. You see more areas in the white here. And as you go into Sunday, this low is dominating across most of the region. The areas in the green, I should have mentioned this before, will be areas of afternoon, evening thunderstorms. So it'll keep things a little bit more on the moist side. The driest air mass, the areas in the orange and brown, have shifted further southwards into Arizona, New Mexico, and Southern California. So overall, precipitation days 4 and 5, Tuesday morning through Saturday morning. Nothing for us except some scatterings up in the central Idaho mountains, maybe just a couple of hundredths of an inch. And you see some of that precipitation from the north starting to increase with some of those afternoon showers in response to that low pressure system, which will be developing across the region. These are the 7-day totals. And the 8 to 14-day outlook shows above normal temperatures for just about the entire Great Basin, and near normal to even slightly below normal precipitation in the far south. There could be a monsoonal surge across parts of New Mexico late in the period, could clip parts of southeast Utah, but for the most part, near normal or on the drier side. Concludes our briefing. Have a great day.